a motor vehicle to which I am not operating a motor vehicle. And this is what we are trying to
I guess. Uh,
circumvent.
yeah,
I am
and it's
operating
not
my
it's not
automobile,
circumventing.
not a motor vehicle,
I will ask you this: how is your right to travel removed
by
by
trying
receiving
to
the
require
citation?
me to have a license to operate a automobile, which is my private vehicle.
This court hearing gets pretty heated. We've got a sovereign citizen who actually believes he doesn't need insurance because he claims he's traveling and not driving. The magistrate takes his time listening to him, but honestly, I think he should have shut this nonsense down much quicker. What do you guys think? Was the magistrate too patient, or did he handle it the right way? Let's check it out.
This is a civil infraction. If you were found responsible, all other things being equal, the court would assess $125 fines, costs, and fees. It is a 0-point ticket. And in the second case that ends with the letter B, that same date, time, and place, you were issued a citation for having an expired registration plate. That is also a civil infraction. It is also a 0-point civil infraction. If you were found responsible, all other things being equal, the court would assess $110 fines, costs, and fees. So first question, is that the ticket or the two cases that you thought you were appearing about, Mr. Williams?
It is.
Okay. And same question to you, Officer Kellums?
Yes, sir.
Very good. In every civil case, the plaintiff has the burden of proof. And in a case like this, that burden of proof is called by a preponderance of evidence.
Only question I have is, will the laws of the U.S. Supreme Court be applicable, and the federal statutes and definitions of motor vehicle and automobile be applicable in this proceeding?
They are the state of Michigan laws that will be applicable.
Okay. The other question is, are you already not bound by U.S. Supreme Court rulings?
Every court is bound by relevant Supreme Court rulings.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure why you're asking that, but that's okay. All right, Officer Kellums, if you would begin, please.
So on November 19th, 2024, I was on patrol for the Battle Creek Police Department when I observed the vehicle that Mr. Roosevelt was driving. I observed that it had expired tags on the vehicle. I then conducted a traffic stop on Fountain Street near Meacham Ave. Found Mr. Williams to be driving the vehicle, where I issued him the citations. When speaking with Mr. Williams, he could not provide insurance, and his tags were expired.
All right. Did Mr. Williams say anything to you during the stop about having insurance or not having insurance, or anything about the tags on the plates, anything like that?
He informed me that he did not have to have insurance due to that he was traveling, and to drive a vehicle, you have to have insurance. Something regarding Supreme Court. That's about all he said.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to consider anything else at this point, Officer Kellums?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Williams, could you hear Officer Kellums' testimony?
Yes, I heard his testimony.
Very good. Thank you for your patience. What do I need to know, sir?
Okay, I did inform Officer Kelly that I am not operating a motor vehicle, but I am operating an automobile. I did inform Officer Kelly of the ruling of Rodriguez v. Ray Donovan, U.S. Department of Labor, 769 Federal 2nd, 1344, where the U.S. Supreme Court's decision has ruled that all codes, rules, and regulations are for government authorities only and not for human creators. In accordance with God laws, all codes, rules, and regulations are unconstitutional and lacking due process.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you just for a second. Are you telling me that a case at 769 Fed 2nd, 1344 indicates that all laws
A sovereign citizen tries to use the case Rodriguez versus Ray Donovan as proof he doesn't need insurance. But that case doesn't apply here at all. It was about something completely different in another state, and it doesn't change Michigan law. In Michigan, you can't just say, I'm traveling, and get out of following traffic rules. He then tries to argue that motor vehicles only apply to commercial use. The magistrate quickly points out that under Michigan law, cars are considered motor vehicles no matter what you're using them for. The sovereign citizen keeps twisting words, but the magistrate corrects him every time. His main argument: the guy claims his right to travel is being turned into a privilege because he's required to have a license and insurance. The magistrate calmly explains that the right to travel isn't being taken away. He can walk, take a bus, or use any form of transportation. But if he chooses to drive a car, then Michigan's laws about registration and insurance still apply. Sovereign Citizen keeps throwing random case names and legal codes at the magistrate, but half the time, he can't even cite them properly. The magistrate asks him to explain the cases, but the guy stumbles and reads confusing notes like it's a bad book report. Honestly, it looks like he Googled a bunch of court cases and hoped the magistrate wouldn't notice. Even a cop sitting in the Zoom hearing looks like he just wants to go home at this point. The magistrate's ruling eventually, the magistrate ends it. He rules that the man failed to show proof of insurance and had expired plates. The fines come out to $125 for no insurance and $110 for expired tags, so a total of $235. Surprisingly, this sovereign citizen isn't rude like most we see. He actually thanks the magistrate and wishes him a good day. It almost feels like he realized halfway through that no matter how much he argued, the law wasn't on his side. At the end of the day, $235 isn't outrageous. Those laws are there to make sure drivers are responsible and keep everyone safe. If you don't follow them, you pay the fine. It's that simple. So, what do you think? Did the magistrate handle this guy too softly, or was he being fair by giving him so much time to talk?